Hello YouTube, B3 here, back another kicking. Ooh, y'all just got hit with comic book facts. Graphic novel review. here's
That was Barney Stinson level of like sidetrack right
Here's
there.
my boy, Matty Matt, and we got another Superman book for you today.
As promised.
Yeah.
Final Days of Superman.
From Road to Rebirth. This is the story of the death of New 52 Superman.
Mm-hmm. Which you were not upset about.
No, I was very excited, actually. I did not like him.
Maybe that's a conversation we have at the end about why you were so not. You're so down on New 52.
Oh,
at the end.
Like
you want to save it for the end?
No. Now I gotta talk about it.
I do it.
So I was actually reading his title for a while.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things he does in his book is like this Kryptonian dinosaur thing shows up on Earth. And he doesn't even try to save it or try to do anything. He just kills it. Last of its kind, a remnant of his planet, just kills it. And if I'm remembering this correctly, because that was like when this issue came out.
Okay.
2011.
Alright, so that's a little while ago.
Yeah, and Supergirl shows up and she's like, "What did you do?" "That's from our planet, dude." And
Just like that.
Oh yeah,
dude.
that's how I read her lines, dude.
Gotcha.
It's better than reading him really angry, which is all she was during the New 52. She was so angry all the time. She was Red Lantern even, that's how angry she was.
That's pretty angry.
Yeah. But he was just, he pouted all the time, and he was just sad, and no one liked him. Like, people in the comics didn't even like him.
That's true.
And he was like Lois was on her phone texting her boyfriend, and he was jealous, so he x-rayed through to her and read her text. What an un-Superman thing to do. What a dick.
I mean, like, yeah, that's a Superman thing move. I almost think that's interesting, like, interestingly human of him, though.
And he's...
I mean, like, that's why it goes against the grain, because, like,
he shouldn't drop to that level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's against the grain. I just think that's an interesting choice to have made, because that's something that, like, I could see, like...
Oh, high schooler doing it.
I could see plenty of jealous guys our age doing something like that. That's not even high school.
Yeah, but they aren't Superman.
Well, that's the point. That's why I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying it's interesting. Not it's good.
That was also issue 1, I think, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the same issue.
So you had a lot of problems with this one from the get-go.
Also, it was just a boring book.
Okay. Beyond the rage parts.
Yeah, it was just a boring book.
So, keep going. Why else did New 52 Superman not jive with you?
That was mostly it. Also, he wasn't inspiring, like, at all. That's like Superman's whole thing. He's supposed to be, like, an ideal to strive for, to quote Man of Steel, where he's also not an ideal to strive for. It's actually more whiny and sad in that company. But
so, is this what we might call an effect, like the Chris Nolan effect?
All of the New 52 is the Chris Nolan effect.
Right.
Whoa, the Dark Knight made money. People like the darkness. Let's do it to every single character. No, just bad.
Chris Nolan effect, everybody.
It just didn't work. It didn't work. But now they give us this happier Superman who has a family. It seems to kind of ground him more. He's more relatable.
So much better. I have to admit that I have never really... I mean... Anybody who watched this is going to hate me probably, but I've never really been a Superman fan.
Yeah, you said that several videos actually.
Oh, did I?
I was ready to prove you wrong. I was like, oh, he's going to love Rebirth Superman, because
Superman
haters love Rebirth Superman.
I wouldn't say I'm a hater, I'm just bored with him.
That makes sense to me.
As
I said, I was bored with New 52 Superman. I was like, oh, he's battling Russian Predator. Oh, I don't care.
If I'm going to invest the time to, like, hunt down all the information about you and read your story...
Not the money, though.
Well...
That's my job.
I've avoided that. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I dug my own grave.
I'm just piggybacking off of years of your addiction.
I'm just your library, yeah.
Pretty much.
All I am to you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And a camera. You're that too.
That too,
so,
of course.
So he was always just boring to me, but he is much more relatable as this pre-New 52 Superman in the 52 universe. So you want to really get started here?
Yeah.
Alright. So, as the title suggests, these are the final days of New 52 Superman. And many
And the
fanboys
first
rejoiced.
days of my happiness.
Ooh! You just talked about Joe. And many fanboys rejoiced. I can still hear it. So, We begin with basically New 52 Superman explaining why he's dying.
Yeah, he's kind of diagnosing himself, talking to Crypto.
He's been having the computers in the. Hi, Pippi. That's my dog.
Oh my goodness, Pip.
She's been in some. She sat in your lap and wondered.
Come on, Pip. Come up here.
There you go.
Yes.
Dibs on Pip.
Alright. So, Superman's talking about the 3 things that caused him. Oh. She's gone nuts.
It's all right.
3 things that are causing him really to die. First one were the fire pits on Apokolips, which we actually talked about.
Yeah, we were.
Paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
The Kryptonite Chamber in Argus.
Yeah, we're not going to read Savage Dawn, probably.
Okay.
Because I don't want to buy another New 52 Superman book.
Fair enough. And the battle with Rao.
Which I don't even know what happened about that. I don't know anything about that.
Well, regardless, these three things have combined into the air quotes ultimate storm, and he's right at the middle of it, and it's killing him slowly but surely with kryptonite poisoning. So this is the first bit of it is him kind of like trying to cram in all he can into his last days, save as many people as he can, see the Justice League and the people he cares about, tell Batman, talk about it, and then put in a contingency plan for when he does pass away, so that he's not leaving the Earth undefended.
Yeah, I remember he told Lana
First,
she's his oldest friend,
and then he
told her
told
he wanted to be buried by his parents.
between his parents,
Yeah,
and then he told Bruce, and then he told Kara.
he told Lois too. I think he told Lois second because he wanted her to write a book about it or something.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
So
uh,
Lana, Lois, Bruce, and then Kara to say take up the mantle.
and then Wonder Woman
Shows
shows
up
up at the fortress
like-
and was like, "Why the hell didn't you tell me?"
Bitch, why didn't you tell? Am I the last to know?
She kind of was the last to know.
That's literally her line. Was am I the last to know?
She had her sword out ready to go.
She was like, I'm gonna freaking. If you weren't dying, I'd kill you.
And then they made out.
And then they made out.
Yeah, then they made out.
Apparently, comic book women are almost as confusing as real life women.
Yeah, and when he goes to chill with Batman for a little bit, they're attacked by like the Chinese Zodiarts or something.
Yeah, the 4 pillars, the Chinese zodiac, whatever. And
Oh yeah. I said Zodiarts because I was thinking about Kamen Rider villains. They're the Zodiarts. They're based off the Zodiac.
You're having a hard time with all this fanboy, aren't you?
Kamen Rider, Thorns. He's my favorite rider. Those are
Gotcha.
his villains. So.
So, and there are several touching scenes of Batman, trying to like. He's sad about his buddy dying. It was kind of. That was my favorite part, really.
Yeah, poor guy.
Batman's
Everybody
just
knows
like.
dies.
I mean, like. Anyways, it hurt my soul places a little bit, and
Not
then
mine.
fair.
I was ready for him to go,
You don't say.
but yeah.
Well, we have another villain in the offing for this one. It is a man named Denny, who
He gets residual solar flares from a Chinese experiment, which is why.
No, wait, let. There's a Chinese scientist in China who is super, super communist. And she attempted to harness the radiation of Superman's solar flare attack from a previous battle with Rao. And harnessed it and is attempting to use it to make essentially a super communist soldier weapon thing.
She makes a new Superman, but I think he has his own free will.
Yes. But somehow in all of this, Danny gets caught up as like a lab rat experimenting kind of thing, and he gets the powers of Superman, but also some of his genome that has brought some of the memories along. So he genuinely believes that he's Superman.
He's like a really violent Superman.
He's got a combination of Denny, who's got a rap sheet, just got out of prison, and Superman's power. It's a really bad combo. And
Kills a few people at the planet.
yeah,
A cop, maybe. Is he a cop? I don't know.
he kills a guard at the cop, or not a guard.
A cop at the guard.
Yeah, there you go. He kills one of just like the rent-a-cops at the Daily Planet.
No, I think they saved him. They gave him a trick.
No. Oh, you're right. And then it was the other 3 that he zapped into non-existence.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
That's right.
3 guys dead at least. One guy probably seriously injured from getting tossed out of Clark's seat. So yeah, very angry human being thing.
Very little character depth. Almost none, you would say. Yeah.
Literally none.
He's just there to pummel Superman to death, pretty much.
He's literally just there to hasten Superman's ending.
Yeah.
So ultimately, real Superman, fights fake Superman, and they go back and forth about, oh, I'm real, no, I think I'm real. And,
It was dumb. I think they should have had one of his big enemies do it. It would have meant more.
It would have. I agree. Like Lex.
Not that anyone fucking. No,
Lex.
he's a good guy at this point.
You don't think that could have made some interesting conflict?
I think I like.
There could have been some interesting conflict developed out of that.
No, I didn't want. I wouldn't want it to be Lex because I kind of like the whole
Like
hero
Peter
thing
does.
he's doing in Action Comics right now. I'm kind of digging that.
You don't think they could have done something with like the kryptonite poisoning is freaking his mind out, and Lex is forced to be the one to put him down?
No, because I think that would. I think that'd be it. I don't think that would be able to pursue the Lex Luthor hero thing after that.
Yeah, I think they could. I think there could be like a scene of like, or just Lex tries to stop him, and like Superman cracks into his kryptonite armor, and that's what finally brings him down. Is that last exposure to kryptonite or something? I think they could have done this in like a poetic justice-y, like.
Yeah, but no, because then the only way to do that to keep Lex a hero would be to villainize Superman in his dying moments.
Fair.
So,
I mean, alright,
I like
fair.
the Apocalypse tech Super Lex too much.
Alright, fair. I've had less time to get attached to him, so that's why. And Lex is like the ultimate Superman baddie.
I mean, not anymore, but
I mean, historically.
yeah, historically. Well, let's move on from this.
Anyways, sorry. So Superman, fake Superman, duke it out. Superman's kind of getting his butt pounded, and then pre-New 52 Superman shows up to kind of like give him the last little push to help finish this whole thing off, and then New 52 Superman decks pre-New 52 Superman to get him out of way of the blast of the imminent solar flare that's coming off of fake Superman as his radiation levels go just supernova. And Superman counters with his own solar flare in the
But
hopes
he like,
that...
yeah, he like absorbs it, or does he cancel it out? I don't remember.
It's both. He detonates at the same time so that their shock wave will kind of balance, like cancel out, and then he absorbs the residual energy. And then he falls back to Earth and has a couple of touching moments. For some reason, the guy with the hammer, John Henry.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, Steel. For some reason, Steel's there for no frickin' reason. He just.
I think he came along with Supergirl.
It's not. I literally looked back
But
through all the panels. The first panel he appears in is the one where Superman is literally killing over dead.
So he just
He-
pops up.
He literally just pops up.
You don't see
He's
him
there.
fly in or anything?
No. He's there for like a couple frames, and then he's just not there anymore.
Weird.
He's literally there for like 7 or 8 frames, and that's it. So
I guess
weird.
they wanted to focus on the white people.
It's weird. Token. The token was established. So, anyways, and then Superman like says his goodbyes, and like, and then he just turns to ash.
I mean, those like energy bolts shoot out of him, and one hits Lana and one hits Lois. But it
Yes.
kind of glosses over that. You almost don't even notice it.
I didn't
until you're
notice
looking
that.
for it. Yeah.
Really?
I only noticed it because I was looking for it when I read the book
So there you go.
because I knew it happened.
And then Pregnant Superman leaves, saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave you guys time to like mourn and do your thing." And that's really kind of where this one ends. It's pretty straightforward. It's mostly like just character interaction, so that Superman can like say his goodbyes to like the most important people around him, his best friends, Batman and Wonder Woman, or his best friend and his slam buddy.
So, what are your overall thoughts of this book? Yeah,
The high points for me, you think it's boring.
I think the whole thing's really boring. Yeah.
I think it is by and large boring. There were a couple of moments that I did enjoy. Batman having to deal with losing his friend. I thought that was interesting, and seeing Batman like have a hard time coping with it was interesting.
That's actually the best I've seen Batman deal with a death ever.
We know what happened the first
I should
time.
have seen it when Jason died. I had an
God.
issue in Nightfall where he just beats the shit out of the Joker. And then,
Doesn't it leave it ambiguous whether or not he kills him?
no, that's Killing Joke. I think it's Killing Joke.
Sorry.
No, Alan Moore, the writer for that, intended it to be Batman killing a Joker, but DC was like, no.
So leave it ambiguous as best you can.
Yeah, DC was like, you can't do that. But,
Yeah, it's definitely the best he's handled death. I mean, we know what happened the first time.
yeah, he freaked out. He even hugged someone when Tim Drake died.
You mean he
Detective
reached
Comics.
out for
He hugged,
human companionship and warmth and
he gave
support?
Spoiler a little hug.
Oh.
I don't like Spoiler.
Okay. Other than a couple of brief character interactions, and I was excited about the moment that all three, the fake Superman, the pre-New 52, and the 52 Superman were going to converge. I was looking forward to seeing what happened, and that was actually pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I bought this mostly to see Rebirth Superman stuff, and he's barely in it. Like 3, 4, 5 pages.
It would have been so interesting to have New 52 and pre-New 52 Superman like interact just a little bit.
I thought there was going to be more. The only reason I'm happy I have this book is because it really completes my whole story for Rebirth Superman. Because I'm buying everything with him.
I got you.
I'm
So-
buying all of it.
It had high points, but it was mostly just,
Boring.
yeah, it was a little boring.
It's pretty
It
boring.
was pretty boring.
I know you want to like it, man, but it's
I like it for the relevance, and I like that Pre-New 52 Superman was there with the beard.
It's just like, let's kill
He
off a
makes me
major
happy.
character, but let's not try too hard at it because we're going to replace him immediately.
Yeah. I will say, the way New 52 Superman handled his death felt very Superman to me.
Yeah, he went out with grace. I'll give him that. I'll give him that
He
much.
was
went out
stoic,
with
he
grace.
didn't go out kicking and screaming. His biggest concern was, I don't want to leave a void. I want to make sure that the Earth is still protected. So there was very much the sense of, like, it was the most Superman-y.
Yeah, he put that big statue up of his Earth parents in the
Yes, he
fortress, too.
did. That was
I can't
really...
believe that hadn't been done till now.
That was a great touch.
that was a good part. I'll say that.
There were, like I said, the couple of like high points I thought were pretty high. Just the rest of it's pretty mediocre.
It's a good song.
So yeah, there you go. That's what I thought about that. Your thoughts?
Boring, but yeah, boring. Villain had no depth. He died well. Too bad he didn't live well. Ooh. But yeah, that's it. Road to Rebirth, Superman. Ooh, the final days of Superman. Next up, we're gonna continue with our little.
Superman spree.
Yeah, we're gonna get some Action Comics when he first reveals himself to the public. So that's it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all